We all know the drill, right? Toss that empty plastic bottle into the blue bin, not the rubbish chute. But have you ever stopped to think about what happens after the recycling truck rumbles away? Recycling might seem like magic, transforming our trash into something useful again. It's not magic, it's a journey with many steps, and it all starts with us. Why bother with recycling? Well, for starters, it helps save our planet. When we recycle, we're giving materials a second life instead of dumping them in landfills. Landfills take up valuable space and can pollute the environment. Recycling also conserves precious natural resources like trees, water, and minerals. It takes a lot less energy to make new products from recycled materials than from scratch. So the next time you toss that can into the recycling bin, remember, you're not just throwing something away, you're taking a small but important step towards a greener future. Our recycling journey begins at the curb. Once a week, the familiar rumble of the recycling truck signals the start of the transformation process. Dedicated workers, our recycling heroes, hop off the truck and swing into action. They empty our blue bins, those treasure chests of recyclable goodies, into the truck's hungry maw. But it's not just about tossing everything in willy-nilly. Different neighborhoods might have different rules about what can be recycled. Some places want you to sort your paper, plastic, and glass into separate bags, while others are okay with you chucking them all in together. Always check your local guidelines to avoid contaminating the recycling stream. Once the truck is full, it embarks on the next leg of the journey. It rumbles through the streets, leaving a trail of cleaner air and a brighter future in its wake. Its destination? The Materials Recovery Facility, or MRF, where the real sorting magic begins. Imagine a giant conveyor belt groaning under the weight of all sorts of stuff. Crumpled newspapers, plastic bottles, glass jars, and aluminum cans. Welcome to the MRF, the heart of the recycling operation. Here, amidst the whirring of machinery and the shouts of workers, our discarded items begin their transformation. The sorting process is like a well-choreographed dance. First, large magnets swoop in to pluck out steel and tin cans. Then, powerful air jets separate paper and cardboard from heavier materials. Eddy currents, like invisible hands, whisk away aluminum cans, leaving behind a stream of mostly plastic and glass. It's a noisy, bustling scene, but it's also a testament to human ingenuity. We've created a system to untangle the mess we make and give new life to discarded materials. But our work isn't done yet. Before these materials can be reborn, they need a good scrub. After the sorting frenzy, our recyclables, now neatly separated into their respective tribes, are ready for their spa treatment. Well, not quite a spa, but you get the idea. Each material has its own unique cleaning ritual. Paper and cardboard take a dip in a swirling pool of water, where they're churned and pulped to remove any ink, staples, or plastic contaminants. Think of it as a giant paper smoothie. Meanwhile, glass bottles and jars clink their way through a series of sieves and rinses, shedding any lingering food particles or stubborn labels. Plastic containers, often the trickiest to clean, undergo a rigorous scrubbing and rinsing process to remove any residual food or grime. Cleanliness is key in the recycling process. Any leftover food or contaminants can compromise the quality of the recycled material, making it harder to transform into something new and useful. Section 5. Ready for a new life: reprocessing materials. Freshly scrubbed and sorted, our recyclables are finally ready for their grand transformation. This is where things get really interesting. Each material embarks on a unique journey to be reborn as something new and valuable. Crushed and baled, paper and cardboard are shipped off to paper mills, where they'll be pulped, rolled, and dried into brand new paper products. Imagine, your old newspaper could be reincarnated as a shiny new magazine. Glass, crushed into cullet, is melted down in fiery furnaces and molded into new bottles, jars, or even used in construction materials like fiberglass. Meanwhile, metals like aluminum and steel are melted down and cast into ingots, ready to be fashioned into new cans, cars, or even bicycles. The possibilities are endless. Not all heroes wear capes, some wear recycling symbols. Let's meet our recycling superstars: plastic, paper, glass, and metal. They're the MVPs of the recycling world, the ones we rely on to reduce waste and protect our planet. First up, plastic, the versatile chameleon of materials. From bottles to bags to toys, plastic is everywhere. While not all plastics are created equal, many can be recycled multiple times, transforming into fleece jackets, carpets, or even park benches. Next we have paper, the information carrier of our world. Newspapers, magazines, cardboard boxes. Paper recycling saves trees and reduces the need for harmful logging practices. Recycled paper can be reborn as new paper products, packaging materials, or even insulation. Glass, the elegant and enduring material, can be recycled endlessly without losing its quality. Crushed glass or cullet is a valuable resource used to make new glass containers, fiberglass insulation, and even countertops. Last but not least, metals like aluminum and steel are the heavyweights of the recycling world. Durable and infinitely recyclable, they can be melted down and reused countless times without losing their strength. Recycled metals find new life in cars, airplanes, building materials, and countless other products. Recycling is a fantastic way to reduce waste and protect our planet, but it's not without its challenges. Two major hurdles stand in the way of a truly closed-loop recycling system: contamination and market demand. Contamination occurs when non-recyclable materials sneak their way into the recycling bin. Think greasy pizza boxes, plastic bags, and food-encrusted containers. These contaminants can wreak havoc on the recycling process, clogging machinery, reducing the quality of recycled materials, and even making entire batches unrecyclable. Market demand is another crucial factor. Just because something is recyclable doesn't mean there's always a buyer for it. The market for recycled materials fluctuates depending on factors like oil prices, manufacturing costs, and consumer demand. When demand is low, stockpiles of recyclable materials can accumulate, leading to storage issues and even landfilling. Overcoming these challenges requires a multi-pronged approach. We need to improve recycling infrastructure, educate the public about proper recycling practices, and foster a stronger market for recycled materials. We all have a role to play in making recycling work better. Even small actions can make a big difference. Here are some tips to become a recycling hero and combat contamination. First and foremost, remember the golden rule. When in doubt, throw it out. If you're unsure whether something is recyclable, check with your local recycling guidelines or err on the side of caution and toss it in the trash. Rinse out all food containers and bottles before tossing them in the recycling bin. Leftover food can attract pests, create unpleasant odors, and contaminate other recyclable materials. Keep plastic bags out of your recycling bin. They can jam recycling machinery and are often not recyclable curbside. Many grocery stores have dedicated bins for plastic bag recycling. Break down cardboard boxes to save space in your recycling bin, and make it easier for recycling facilities to process them. By following these simple tips, we can all do our part to reduce contamination, improve recycling rates, and create a more sustainable future. For decades, China was the world's largest importer of recyclable materials, particularly plastic and paper. However, in 2018, China implemented its national sword policy, essentially banning the import of most plastic and other recyclable materials. This policy sent shockwaves through the global recycling market, forcing countries to rethink their waste management strategies. With China's doors closed, many developed nations, including Singapore, were left scrambling to find alternative markets for their recyclables. This led to a surge in stockpiles of recyclable materials, lower recycling rates, and even increased landfilling in some areas. China's import ban served as a wake-up call for the world. It highlighted the flaws in our reliance on a single market for recyclables and emphasized the importance of developing more sustainable waste management solutions. While recycling remains a crucial part of the solution, it's clear that we need to move beyond simply collecting and shipping our waste abroad. We need to reduce our consumption, rethink product design, and invest in domestic recycling infrastructure to create a more circular and sustainable future.